Hello, everyone. Your professor is here. Spider-Man is here. I've got a whole gallery of Marvel characters above my head. And over here, we're being visited by Luther and Calvin, Wesley and Spurgeon, some of the great figures from Christian history, Reformation to modern. Why, even Pope Francis is looking over my shoulder because he wants to see what's going on. Well, what's going on is that I'm here to talk about the syllabus for History of Christianity, Reformation to Modern, in the weekend hybrid section, of which you are a part. Thank you so much for joining me this semester for what I hope will be an engaging way of learning about church history. Let me introduce myself. I am Dr. Rex Butler. I am your professor, and I want to tell you how to contact me. The best way is to use my office email address. All right, send me an email, and I will try very hard to answer you as promptly as possible, either that day or the next day. Usually, if someone sends me an email over the weekend, I'll wait until I'm back in the office to reply unless I deem it to be an emergency. But please send me an email anytime you have a question or a comment. Or you can phone me. The phone number is there on screen and in your syllabus. Or you can come by the Dodd building. I'm in number 105. I usually am in my office unless I'm in the classroom or maybe I've run over to the student center to see what's going on there. But you're always welcome to email, call, come by. I want to be in touch with you. I want to help if I can. Let's talk about required textbooks. There are two. One is Justo Gonzalez, The Story of Christianity, Volume 2. I hope that you will enjoy this textbook as much as I did when I was first studying church history. Gonzalez writes so well, he's so readable. He draws you into the story of Christianity, which is where the title comes from. It's one of the reasons that I was attracted to make church history my life's work. All right, the other textbook is Documents of the Christian Church, edited by Bettinson and Maunder. This is a reader. It is filled with excerpts from primary sources, so you can kind of get a taste of what the figures that you're reading about to see how they wrote and what they had to say. You can use any edition of either textbook if you can find an earlier edition that is less expensive. That is fine. I've tried to arrange the reading schedule by chapters or by titles rather than by page numbers. There will be additional required reading from primary sources that are available for free on the internet, and all of this is listed on your syllabus reading schedule. All right, Canvas Learning Platform will be a supplement for our class. You can find your Canvas account online. You have been automatically enrolled. All right, once you get onto Canvas, you can go to the module that says Welcome, Begin Here. You'll see a welcome video from our president, Dr. Du. You'll have a syllabus and course schedule that you can print out. This video will be there to give you a welcome and an explanation of your syllabus. And then also you'll find course resources there. The first thing I would like for you to do once you have access to Canvas is to go to the discussion board and look for the section that says Introduce Yourself. And please Tell us a bit about your background, about your family, your job or your ministry. What degree program are you enrolled in? What are your ministry goals? What are your hobbies and interests? Anything that you would like to share with us, we would like to know. And I like pictures. Please add some pictures to your post. You can meet your professor. I've already given you more information about myself than you want to know, and lots of pictures, including pictures of my grandkids. And of course, you want to see pictures of my grandkids. Well, let's talk about the course modules. Canvas is designed in such a way so that there's a different module for each week, and each module will have a to-do list. You'll find the PowerPoint lectures. This is very important. These are video lectures that you must watch in order to gain the information that I have prepared for you. There are bonus features there, in particular videos that I recorded during my own Reformation tour of Germany and Switzerland. And then, very important, you'll find your unit tests and your weekly reading reports there. And so you will complete those assignments there on your on the modules on Canvas, and you'll find study guides there that will help you prepare for your unit tests. Notice that the tests are one per unit, but the reading reports are every week. All right, the unit tests, the dates are listed on your syllabus and your course schedule, so that your Unit 1 test, for example, is due on February 12th. It is due by midnight at the end of February 12th, and at midnight the link will disappear and you will not have another opportunity to take that test. Please do not ask me to reopen a test once the deadline has passed. I will not do it. And therefore you need to be sure that you mark your calendar with these due dates and be sure that you finished your test before the deadline is passed. There are 6 unit tests. Each one is conducted online. Once you enter it, the timer will begin for 25 minutes and it will shut down at the expiration of those 25 minutes. So you need to keep your eye on the timer, and after 20 minutes you might want to begin to be sure that you wrap up every question or review your answers to be sure that they are correct before you click submit. Now please listen carefully. The base value for each test is 25 points. However, you will find that I've added some bonus questions so that actually there are 27, 28, 29 points available to you, and these will increase the value of each exam. Now, many times students write or call and they are confused by this practice, because if they answer 25 out of 28, well, that's not a perfect score. And so they're concerned that these extra points are pulling down their grade. That is not so. The word bonus comes from the Latin word for good. And so these bonus questions are good for you. They give you more opportunities to earn more points. And this is going to improve your grade, not diminish your grade. All right? And so the lowest exam grade will be dropped. This is for your benefit. In case you forget to take a test, you won't be penalized one time if you have computer problems, or if you go out of town for a D-Now or a revival, or you go to visit your grandma. All right, you can exempt yourself from one test. Now, if you're satisfied with your first 5 scores, then you can exempt yourself from the 6th one. Okay, so even though there are 6 tests, only 5 will be counted and the lowest grade will be dropped. All right, let's talk about your weekly reading reports. Each week, you will see the reading that is assigned to you on your syllabus and course schedule, and you'll estimate the percentage of the reading that you completed in 20% increments. The easiest way to compute this is to read all of it, and so with 100%, you get 2.5 points. If you don't read quite all of the assignment, well, then that's 80%, that's 2 points. Maybe you read just over half, that's 60%, 1.5 points, and so forth. At the end of the semester, you'll have an opportunity to submit a bonus reading report. And this is worth a 5-point bonus to you if you complete all of the assigned reading. Notice that this is all or nothing. Either you can verify that you read all of the assigned reading and you earn 5 points, or you didn't read it all and so you don't get the bonus. The reading schedule, as I've said, is included in the syllabus and the course schedule. All right, now let's talk about the Prepare Here Weekend Conference. The dates are March 22nd and 23rd. This is the heart of this hybrid course, and you need to mark these dates on your calendar. The 4 topics that we'll discuss during our 2 days together are Reformation soteriology. What were the doctrines of salvation taught by Luther and Calvin, Jacob Arminius, and Luis Molina? We'll talk about Anabaptist martyrdom, which is one of my favorite subjects. American denominations, the diversity of denominational life in America, and then the Jesus movement. I've invited guest speakers to participate in the conferences, and they bring a variety of expertise to the classroom. And this conference is designed to provide a unique learning experience for you, for my students in this section of History of Christianity. Now remember, attendance is mandatory. And so you must mark the these dates on your calendar because you cannot pass the class if you do not attend this conference. Here are the speakers for the conference. Dr. Adam Harwood, who is professor of theology, has recently written a textbook on Christian theology, and he'll talk about the doctrines of salvation taught by these great reformers. Dr. Lloyd Harsh, is professor of church history, and he teaches a class on American denominations, so this is one of his areas of expertise. And then I will be on hand to talk about the theology of Anabaptist martyrdom, and I'll talk about the Jesus movement. You know, I tell my students that I know that I am old when I teach an event in church history that I participated in. After the weekend conference, you'll be expected to write a reflection paper, a 2-page reflection paper on one or more of the topics covered during the conference. And this paper is worth up to 25 points. This will be a first-person, no research needed paper that you can present to me. I just want to hear and read about what you learned during the conference. You will have 2 major written assignments, neither one extremely difficult. They're both book reviews. Your first book review will cover a biography. You will read and review a biography of a subject located within the parameters of the Reformation and modern era of the church. And I've listed some suggested biographies in the selected bibliography on your syllabus. Now, I will allow another book if you get permission from me to write on something that perhaps is of special interest to you. The book review is due on March the 4th. There's a second book review, and this one will cover a book about a movement or event within the Reformation and modern era. And again, I've suggested books in the bibliography of the syllabus and will allow other books with permission. And you see the due date for the second book review. Well, let's talk about the requirements. Each book review should be between 6 to 8 double-spaced pages, should contain a bibliographical entry at the top of the first text page. In other words, I need author, title, publication information. Then I want a brief biographical sketch of the author. Usually you can find such a sketch on the cover of the book or on a website where the author teaches or the publisher. Now this needs to be in your own words, so do not copy and paste this biographical sketch, and please keep it brief. Just background information, education, where he teaches or she, where she teaches, what are her or his interests, and what are some of the other books that the author wrote. Not a lot. Again, needs to be brief because I want most of your book review to be about the book. And so the bulk of your review is a summary of the contents of the entire book. And by that I mean you need to cover the entire book. You need to demonstrate that you have read the entire book and that you're able to summarize it in your own words. And then at the end of your book review, this is very important, I want you to create a subheading for an application point or points about the impact of this book on you, whether it's an individual or whether it is a movement or event. What impact did this book have on your personal life and ministry? Perhaps it has suggested an illustration for a sermon or Bible study. Perhaps you have learned something that will change your ministry, or tell something that has inspired you. But I want you to learn to apply church history to your life and ministry. And so please add an application point to your book review. All right, you can use Turnitin. This is a service that's available on campus that will highlight material that is found in your paper and also in the database. This is a service that will help you to eliminate plagiarism in your paper. You may need to put more of your paper in your own words, or you may need to ensure that any material that you quote is in quotation marks and properly cited. Okay, so Turnitin is a service to help you to avoid plagiarism. The Right Stuff is the name of our writing center, and you can submit any paper to the writing center, and the staff there will review your paper and work with you to show you how to improve your writing. And so working with the writing center should help you in all of your academic writing. The key is that you need to be sure to submit it early in order to have time for them to turn around and get it back to you so that you can submit it in a timely fashion. All right, so those are your two written assignments other than the reflection paper. Now, it's time for me to put on my ugly face. All right, because I need to talk to you about penalties. I need to talk to you about requirements and expectations in this class that you need to adhere to. First, unit exams and reading reports must be submitted by their due dates. After each deadline, a unit exam or reading report will not be reopened. And one unit exam grade will be dropped, and so that kind of minimizes the impact if you should forget to take a test, or if you do poorly on one test, the lowest grade will be dropped. All right, weekend conference attendance. It is mandatory to attend the weekend conference on March 22 and 23. Mark those dates on your calendar. If you do not attend the conference, you cannot pass this class. And as you can tell, I've designed a conference that I believe will be very beneficial to you. So I hope you will take advantage of it. I'm very strict on tardiness. I expect your papers to be turned in on time. If not, a late project assignment will be assessed a 10% penalty. All right, so this is 6 points if you're late with your book review. If it's submitted after the deadline at all, you're going to lose 10%. After 5 days, you will lose 20% or 12 points. And after a full week, oh my, the penalty is so severe, I don't even want to talk about it. And no assignment will be accepted after 2 weeks past the deadline. And remember, these assignments are requirements. That means they are required in order to pass the class. So if you choose not to submit an assignment, you will not pass. And then there's the issue of plagiarism. New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary expects a high standard of personal integrity among its students. And so any infraction of plagiarism will be reported to the Dean of Students for further action. There's more information in the graduate catalog for the definition of plagiarism and consequences. So, I have one word about plagiarism. Don't. Just don't. Okay? And I want your papers to be in your own words. Certainly you can quote material, but only briefly, and be sure and cite the material. All right? Now I can put on my happy face again, and let's continue to talk about this class. All right, here's the way it will be graded. There are points assigned for each assignment, and they add up. For your reading, you have weekly reading scores that add up to 30 points. Actually, if you read everything, you can earn 5 bonus points, so you can actually earn more than 30 points for your reading. For your tests, there are 5 tests at 25 points each. So the base line for points on your test is 125 points. But again, if you answer all the other questions, the bonus questions, you can earn a few more points throughout the semester. 2 book reviews, 60 points each. A book review is not a difficult assignment. You read the book, review the book, submit the review on time, and you will do well. And then the reflection paper is worth 25 points. Again, a first-person, 2-page reflection on the weekend. This is not a difficult assignment. And so, the base number of points you can earn in this class is 300 points. Actually, you can earn a few more points with the bonuses that you earn from the reading and the test. And so, notice the grading scale. If you earn 275 to 300 or more points, that's an A. 255 to 274, that's a B. You can see the numbers associated with a C and a D. And then if you earn less than 180 points, well, that's an F. But let me give you this good word. I expect over half of my students to make A's. And out of the other half, most of them will make B's. There'll be 1 or 2 C's and D's, but if you want to fail my class, you have to work very hard at it. You either don't turn in an assignment, you turn it in late, or you plagiarize, or you miss the conference. Really and truly, if you do the work and do it on time, you will pass my class. That has been my experience with every class I've ever taught in the last 16 years. Okay? So, I look forward to seeing your work and seeing you do well in this class. All right, emergency plan. If an emergency happens, you'll go to the seminary website, nobts.edu, for information related to the seminary, and you go to Canvas for instruction related to this class. Okay? Hopefully, no emergencies this semester. All right, so that does it for us for this syllabus review. And I hope that I've helped you understand the requirements and expectations. And look forward to this class, teaching you on a weekly basis through video lectures and through my weekly announcements. And then especially look forward to seeing you at the Prepare Here Weekend Conference, March 22 and 23. So blessings to you all, and let's have a good semester. Bye-bye for now.